I know I'm Beijing, and I know that I might tend to have this. Of course, I have my pride of wanting to see my ladies perform well. But I must say that Alicia's form for almost all the games that
Yeah. Hmm.
I have commentated for since yesterday to now has been the best I've seen so far.
Yeah.
Right,
For the Asian ladies.
from all the ladies.
Okay. Okay.
Straight up from all the ladies, Alicia's form was the best form that I've seen so
Hmm.
far. I'm not saying that through the tournament we might not see an improvement
Hmm.
in terms of the form. Yes, we might see improvement in terms of form, but what she exhibited there in terms of confidence, my only thing, shortfall, and is definitely something that she has to work on is the
The defensive
defensive
game.
and the strategy and tactics in the game
Yeah.
for sure, without a doubt.
Especially in the eight ball game because eight ball is that type of game where you have the opportunity to utilize the defense and the strategic tactics
Hmm.
to get your opponent on the back foot.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Hmm.
giving yourself the opportunity to finish.
Yeah.
This is something that I actually have to say a lot to all of you ladies because they tend to go more offensive, and
Hmm.
I think the defensive game is something that you really have to put into practice. And
Yeah.
a lot of people don't. We have the guys
Hmm. Yeah,
that
that
have that
don't.
problem.
Yeah.
A lot of the
Yeah.
male participants and the male players
Hmm.
have the problem of not putting the defensive aspect into their game.
Uh, Along with that, I will say that sometimes you have to look at levels. You have to look at who you're playing.
Mm.
In pool, a lot of times people say it's an individual sport. So once you get on the table, it's fine. You just have to keep on potting. But
Mm.
you have to be realistic with yourself.
Mm.
How many times? What is your percentage pot rate in terms of percentage run out rate?
Yeah.
Right? Do you get on the table and let's say 10 out of, if you had out of 10 games, do you get 3 games that you run out? Do you get 5?
Mm-hmm.
How much do you get even 1 game?
Mm-hmm.
If you know that out of 10 games you get 1 game that you could run out,
Mm-hmm.
or if you could see from your opponent they're only running out 1 game, even if let's say
Mm-hmm.
20 games,
Yeah.
right? You have to ask yourself, then what do I do in terms of strategy? My strategy should be, hey, I should probably go back on the back foot, just push my balls into certain position
And that's
areas that I could
one of
get
the
that strategy then.
your strategy. And I believe when you're sitting in that chair,
Mm-hmm.
it is when you formulate that strategy because you have to know how you're going to approach the table when you get back there.
For
And it's
sure.
always important not to play the player,
Mm-hmm.
but to play the pattern on the table. Pool is a
Yeah.
very complicated puzzle, I
Mm-hmm.
always say,
For
and you
sure.
have to find out how you're going to work your way through it.
Mm-hmm.
I also spoke about the chess aspect of pool, and
Yeah.
that's because it's a very tactical game, and you have to know how you're going to approach the game each time.
Mm-hmm.
It may be from an offensive standpoint, or it may be from a defensive standpoint, but you have to know each time when you're going into the game.
Yeah, I agree. And
Hmm.
here back again. Let me say it again. This is one of the organizers of this tournament. Um, we have been playing a role. CSB, Q Sports Barbados has been playing a role just of supporting, right, supporting them. But if you talk about really getting the hands dirty and being into the nitty gritty of the planning and organizing of this tournament, we have to give a round of applause everybody at home for Davy Davis, Alicia Archer,
The
and Eugenie, right?
I call myself the behind the scenes
The
boss.
behind the scenes. I like it. I like
I
it.
like
Yeah.
to operate from behind the scenes, and
Hmm.
I try my best. I have a very strong passion for the game of pool,
Hmm.
and because of that, I want to make sure that yes, the minorities, but everyone in the world know about this game that I love,
Hmm.
right? And pool has been my release for years, and I'm hoping to introduce it to the entire world.
Hmm.
The young, we spoke about QConnect before,
Yeah.
and this is something that I'm passionate about as well because once we
Well,
complete that,
you need to tell people.
QConnect,
Yeah.
I heard the expression.
We did talk about it yesterday, but
Yeah,
we are on a
on a
new
new
day.
version.
We might have some
Well,
new
the new connect, the Q Connect, sorry.
spectators and viewers.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Q Connect is a youth program
Hmm.
that we are introducing. The Q Sports Barbados is introducing to the Barbadian youth,
Public,
right?
community.
And we want to get all of those young players between the ages of, let's say, 10.
10
Um,
to,
so
I would go
yeah,
25 or so.
25
Yeah.
or so, yeah, because we want to capture those young players and teach them how to play, teach them about the
Mhm.
game of pool,
Yeah.
teach them about how exciting it can be, and provide opportunities for them, coaching. And this is something that we started a little before got the government involved,
For sure. For
where we
sure.
created the Young Bloods Pool Team.
It started before, even before
Yeah,
then.
yeah, before then, because
Even
I remember
before
back
then.
then we had pool in
We
the
had pool at the university.
yeah,
Remember Edupool,
Edupool,
Edupool, Edupool.
right. So it has been
At
a
university,
uphill
University of West Indies. Sorry.
University of
Yeah,
West
we were
Indies.
doing it at the
Yeah,
Gill.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the
hmm
students there took it very well. They were on board.
It was well
Definitely,
attended. Well
yeah,
attended. Yeah.
very well attended.
hmm
COVID would have messed
COVID.
that.
Yeah.
Um,
COVID
but
did put
we are
a
back,
blunt.
and we want to get the youth involved. We want to get the women involved. We want to basically get the Caribbean involved in this team drive,
For sure.
because the youth is our future, in every sport, every aspect. So that's what we're looking at.
Yeah, I mean, he's spoken everything. I was going to say, oh, I would touch on this point, but and to believe this guy said he's Mister Behind the Scenes, but I don't. Do y'all agree? I don't think so. I don't agree. But yes, he does play a pivotal role behind the scenes. I think I do the same when it comes to CSB, and a lot in terms of administration and getting certain things done so that we can make these linkages to see this sport not just, it's not just about removing the stigma of being a rum shot sport, because I think you have to, pay homage to where your beginnings where your
Very much
beginnings
so.
are,
Very much so.
like if you started in the rum shop, we should be trying to find out how can
Improve it.
we improve it
Yeah.
within the rum shop, right?
Mhm.
How could we find different ways to make that be all encompassing
Mhm.
of what Q Sports Barbados is, right? We did make a move, right, to centralize pool, right? And because we always needed a home, right? So we did that, have an interim home at Rio Billiards, which is in Maxwell Coast Road, and we do want to thank them for being one of the sponsors, for
Sponsors.
for
Speaking of
for
sponsors, I would like to give a thank you
hmm
to our sponsors, Empire,
yeah.
Marine Trucking Services. We have Lyndhurst Funeral Home,
hmm
Belmont Funeral Home,
All the funeral homes. we
Tudor.
we had some jokes
Yeah,
yesterday about these funeral homes, wondering like, oh my gosh,
yeah. So
there's a ton of funeral homes.
we have quite a few sponsors here to list.
hmm
But I don't want to miss out anyone, so I will let Daniel.
Okay, so we have Vineyard Security, we have Gavin Messer, we have Lyndhurst Funeral Home, Allen's Painting and Fencing, Taylor Trucking, Oasis Gym, Belmont Funeral Home, Roofing Elite, McCarthy's Garage, Marshall Trading, Tudor's Funeral Home, Caribbean LED Lighting, Rent a Kill Initial, Terry Adams, QJ's Bar, Family Spot Bar, SNN, that's construction, I believe, Amalgamated Security, Star Electronic Security, Turtle Beach, Mango Bay, Ocean Marine, Narvo Burke, Quality Marine, Flintstones, Going Beyond Resumes, resumes, Going Beyond Resumes. I should have. I didn't see the apostrophe. I was not apostrophe. I was looking for the accent on that E, but yeah. Atlantis Submarine, Sean DeFreitas, Carrie Gard, and we have
Sorry.
Coral Reef, Coral Reef Hotel. We have Carib Rehab, Vita Rentals, Ready Mix, Ready Block, Brain Freeze, National Sports Council for sure. We cannot leave out National Sports Council, as we could see behind the banners behind, which have been certainly the
Yeah, one of our greatest help.
without them, I don't know, we would not be able to even step a foot of saying that this is a tournament, right? And we have real billiards and sports lounge. We already talked about Empire as well, and finally we have Bryden Stokes Limited. And if there's anyone who would have done any little bit more, I think we need to also thank the officials the head official, Donovan Husbands, who's also part of the CSB team. We also need to thank the MC, Steve Garns. We want to thank our celebrity commentator. That would be Shane Seeley. He's not here with us now. And we also want to thank all from Diadem. We want to thank all the CSB persons. And I know we have not gotten to the voter thanks as yet, but throughout the whole of this tournament, we have to keep on giving praise and thanks and gratitude for the efforts that they have put in, to allowing this to be a fruitful tournament. So at this moment,
Yeah. Right. We also have to give some special thanks to,
the production team.
some of these persons that would have lent a very, very helpful hand in terms of the setup. Yeah, in terms of the setup of the pool tables and the setup of the lighting, and I want to say an extremely special thank you to um, Ornan Singh, and all of our guys that would have helped. We call him Percy, but his real name is Julia Taylor. He would have helped with the setup of the pool tables, and we have Michael Rowe and Winston Benjamin, who would have helped with the lighting, and we have a very, very, very good production because of those guys.
Why you keep playing again? So here now you could see on the table, Alicia Archer is back on with Crystal Thomas. There was an error by the ref
The official.
with respect to the call, with a ball in hand. So we are getting a replay of the game, and right now I'm guessing that it is going back to the score of 3-2, and they're playing this replaying a game. So now Alicia is on the hill, and Crystal Thomas is at 2. And here you can have Alicia. Alicia going after this 4 ball. That was a nice shot. Nice shot to Alicia. She still has that 1 ball behind the 8, and that might be 9, I believe. That is a trap. However, she still could see the 7. I'm not sure what she's going to do with the 7 here. If she's cutting it straight down or doubling it into the... Yes, and whoa. Oh, the only thing about that, as I said before, is when you play these banks, you have to still worry about what is that cue
Ball is
doing,
gonna
you
do.
know. And I find no matter, even if it's some experienced players, and when I say experienced, might not be the best player, but experienced player, somebody been playing for a long time, they sometimes forget about the cue with those shots.
Yeah. A lot of people spend time concentrating on the object ball
Wow.
and not taking into account what the cue ball will do
Yeah.
after it makes contact with that said object ball.
Yeah, for sure. You did see though that even though that she missed that too, she went for the break for the one,
Yeah, I
which
did see.
was that was decent.
Yeah, it was shows that her mind is working, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the gears in her mind are turning over.
Mm. I need to welcome back um Steve Garns back into the commentator booth. I know you heard a different voice and you might wonder, wait, Davey voice changed. You know?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, for sure. But
You know, like coming out of adolescence into adulthood, his voice no cracking.
yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. So Alicia has another opportunity again. What she's doing is I think she's looking to cut the one. She would want to play two bands here and come back to the center table. Um, cut the one into the top left corner. Let's see. And at that speed, I don't think that was the speed that she was looking for. It might have worked out well. It might have worked out well because she cut it thick and missed.
Mhm.
So if she had cut it thin, she probably would have the speed, the perfect speed to get back for the two in the side pocket.
So Crystal has an opportunity here right now to pull this game back. She plays that was the 14.
Yeah, 14.
And she's going for the 15 ball straight along the rail, and that's a fall.
Oh.
That's a fall. She clipped Alicia's ball first, giving Alicia a ball in hand, and Alicia could have wrapped this up right here.
Alicia has a good opportunity now to finish up the game. I would go after the one first. Yeah, I would go after one first because if she does play two
Mm-hmm.
and try to roll down to get
She
the one into that pocket, that same
given,
pocket.
given how fast the bands, given how fast the felt is, so
Yeah.
she may go for that, and she may run past
and
where she needs to be and find herself
in
a-
danger. I'm kind of appalled at the. I
Yeah.
don't think that she wanted to draw it so far, right? She
Mhm.
probably wanted to just come up just a little bit, a few inches,
Mhm.
and play the two ball
in
into
the
the
side pocket.
bottom right corner.
Okay.
Possibly. Side pocket was a good option too. Was a good option. Oh, you mean at an angle and then
Correct.
roll into the side pocket? That'll be a good option
All
too.
right. So
She scratches,
scratches.
and Crystal now is an opportune position to certainly wrap up here.
Yeah, she has 4 balls left on the table, and if she's strategic in which ball she plays first, this could be an easy run out for her.
Yeah.
So we'll see how she does.
You know, it's funny. I would actually play the other one. I would play
The 13 first.
that 10. That's why.
Hmm.
So I would have played the 10 ball at angle,
Mhm.
right? Hit it soft onto the 15
Mhm.
and come back up behind the 9,
I would have done that a little different.
right?
I would have played the 13.
13 first and then that could
Played
work.
the 13 in the opposite
That
pocket.
could work.
And then play the 2 ball combination.
Anything like
Yeah.
that. Anything. Actually, that might be perfect. That might be better for sure.
All right. So
She has given herself some distance.
yeah, she does. This is
Yeah.
the only thing right now she has working in her favor after that
Yeah.
shot. But I've seen Alicia do some miraculous things already.
Yeah, for sure.
At crunch time. So we'll see what she calls here.
I would prefer her going to the other pocket, but I'm not sure if it could pot in that pocket. It certainly looks like that from this.
It's a big shot, though. I mean,
Yeah. Many reasons. The other reason too is because the other reason is hitting into that ball, right? Hitting into
it worked.
it worked in her favor. It worked in her favor, but I'm talking about because we always have to think about margins, and
Mhm.
probabilities, So hitting into that ball, you don't know what could have probably happened, but it worked in her favor, which is good.
And the man wants to discuss the laws of probabilities.
Man, any pool player, no matter we don't
Okay.
even talk about science, Any pool player knows
Yeah,
about
I'm
probabilities,
telling you, even if they don't know, they know.
even
about
if they know what probability is.
it. So Alicia's on the 8 ball.
A very good
Um,
position to.
Very good position to wrap this up.
Yeah, I'll play at pocket speed, but confident.
Have you seen those nails on Alicia's hands?
Oh yes, those are Those
and
are lovely.
Alicia does it.
And I think that should be a finish up there. Very well done by Alicia Archer. I would go back to say though, I am very I am very amazed. Not amazed at all. I'm very pleased, sorry, with the way how the ladies have been handling the pressure, and really performing well. Crystal did perform well in this well, from what I see, you know, her potting positioning was very well done.
Yeah, I can't really fault her much in her gameplay. I think she had a very sound um, game
Mhm.
in its entirety. But I just would we just have to give the edge to Alicia here because Alicia um, remained focused
Yeah,
throughout.
not very solid.
And even when she made a blunder, she quickly composed herself again and found her stride.
Yeah.
So, approaching now table number 2, which is the feature table, we have two Jamaicans going up against each other. Um, each player will be given 5 minutes warm up, and these two players are both Carrie Ann's, by the way. Um, Carrie Ann,
Ferguson and
Carrie Ann Farquharson, and KPR, Carrie Ann Powell Robinson.
yeah,
I don't know if you remember KPR from the last Queen of the Green tournament.
I remember QPR. No, I do remember KPR. Yes,
Yeah, she was,
very solid.
yeah, she was a
Very
solid
solid
player
player.
back then. Um,
There's a game to definitely watch. To
yeah,
be
for
honest.
sure. No one that's on the feature table.
Yeah, yeah.
So they're just going to go through their warm up routines.
Mhm.
Each player, like I said before, is given 5 minutes to warm up, get accustomed to the table, and after that is done, then they both approach the felt and lag for the break.
Let's drift a little bit over to this side so that we could see. I recognize that I was blocking the Queen of the Green. Yeah,
Banner.
yeah, the banner. Okay, all right. So you were saying,
Right. So I was basically saying that each player has a 5 minute warm up period. So Carrie Ann, KPR, she's at the table now. So she'll spend her 5 minutes on the table going through her pre-shots and her pre-game routine. And when her 5 minutes expires, then Carrie Ann Farquharson will approach the table and do the same thing.
yeah,
So while they're going through that pre-game warm-up, I'm just going to drift my eyes over to table number 1, where Shari Yearwood from Barbados is playing Shernice Maharaj Lezama from Trinidad, and she goes by the nickname Sprinkles. Yeah.
and I was pretty. I thought her game was pretty decent yesterday from Shernice.
Oh yeah,
Right.
I did watch her game as well. I think
Yeah.
she played a relatively
And was a
competent
good
game.
Yeah. Was. If I could give some little history about Shars, I remember when Shars first came out to play. She had an accident, a motorcycle accident. And she's a motorcycle rider, so don't think that she was. It was nothing to collision with a
She wasn't
motorcycle.
the pillion rider, buddy. She was the rider.
Yeah, I mean, probably one of the top, I guess. But in any case, I remember she used pool as a means to, rehabilitate and have something to do, because pool in itself for recreation, it gives you a joy that we just for me it's an addiction. I can't say there's nothing in recreation. I keep on playing and playing. Yesterday even I was supposed to go home and get some rest after all this commentating, and I went and play. I was tired but I was playing. But to finish up about Shari is that she had since then she's been in play game and she just was playing, and about 2 years ago I believe Shari said, "Hey, like, I haven't been taking this as serious, and I want to take it, to another level, and be a little bit more serious in my game." And I could see the fruits that of her labor, right, have definitely been manifesting, and yes, I would say that Shari has definitely come to a point where you could see that her taking her game serious has been impactful on her game.
Well, I've been observing Shari for a number of years as well,
Hmm.
and wherever there's pool playing,
There's Shari.
there's Shari.
Yeah, I agree.
Pool could be playing in a gully.
I,
Shari gonna show up.
I agree with that. I
Yeah,
gotta agree.
she's an avid player.
You mean on the sea?
She's an avid supporter of pool. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. It seems now like they're getting ready for the lag. They're getting ready for the lag right now.
Right.
The Carry-Ons.
Carry-On versus Carry-On.
Yeah, KPR versus Carry-On Farquharson.
Parkinson, correct?
And we're gonna have it up on the table right now. It seems like if Carry-On Farquharson won that lag, Carry-On Farquharson is the one with the glasses, and we have
KPR.
KPR on the right, and they both seem settled. Both seem settled, ready to take on this mountain.
Very business-like.
Yeah.
Another day at the office.
Yep, for sure.
So we have the official at this table right now is Mr. Colin McCarthy.
Mm-hmm.
I could say a lot about Andy.
For sure.
His nickname is Andy. He's one of my teammates as well. We've been doing this 30 years.
Yeah.
We've been playing pool for like 30 years. He's a solid guy.
That says nothing about his age.
Not a thing.
That's for sure.
He himself is a very business-like kind of guy. He goes about everything quite professionally. So I am pretty sure we will have no issues here with his ability to officiate this game to a high standard.
And now Carrie-Ann Farquharson, she's approaching the table, getting ready to break.
Right, so a question for you, Daniel. Even though I don't know if it has been raised before, what do you think about pool players? Because obviously she's wearing an earpiece.
Pool players playing with earpieces.
Yeah, what do you think
I
about
thought about that from the time I saw her sit down, and I'm one. When it comes to rules, I think that I look at what a rule is for.
But
the logic.
But is it a rule?
In some cases, yes.
Uh-huh.
And I think though that the organizers always set the rules, right? And then it's up for a governing body to then say, hey, you're deviating a little bit too much from the rules. We would not be supporting this, right? For me, so that's why I had to say, like, when it comes to a rule, I think that you have to see what the rule is for, why they put it in place, right? Do you have somebody outside, on the outside, probably giving you some sort of advice? That might be one of the things.
It's a
for me,
possibility, but
yeah,
I'm
it
not
is,
saying
it
that
is.
that's the case. But I mean, for optics, I don't think it's
a good thing for optics.
It's a good look for optics. But if it wasn't stated as a rule in this particular competition, then I don't know.
There are some tournaments that
I'm-
I've seen internationally where never on like grand international stage, but I've seen some tournaments, international tournaments, smaller, on the smaller side,
Right.
where you see players wearing earbuds. I guess it's to block out the distractions.
Well, my take on it is, if you're waiting to play, then by all means, you can do what you like.
But when you're on the
But
table,
I think that once you get up and make your way to the table,
it's a different story.
that should be a thing of the past. But hey, I'm just an MC.
Fair enough. Here we have QPR, and she's making her way bit by bit, chipping off these balls. You'd start to recognize that her positioning and her potting is something to see. So
Yeah.
let's sit back and enjoy the ride. But that 8 ball, I believe it could possibly give her some challenges. We have to see what she does get eventually on the final ball. We have a miss there. Look at the commentator doing the number as usual.
Right, so we have the other carry-on now, Farkason to the table. Um, she's playing the stripes, so we'll see what ball she does play first. Appears she is queuing up to play the 13 in the side.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to move that 12 ball at this stage, though. The 12 ball, I think, would be a better shot
Then to go after the 10.
than to go
I
after
think
the
that was
10.
the 15 that you meant.
Is it?
Yeah, the 15 with the 11. The 12 seems to be this one on the right hand side.
Like I said yesterday,
It's hard to see, yeah.
not only hard to see, it's hard to see when you get when you reach my age.
Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Fair enough. And Carrie Ann is gonna try to see what she can do here to capitalize
Okay.
on this mistake. Seems like she's in a good, and she probably might not want that close to the rail.
The truth of the matter is, though, I think she has two options here in terms of playing the 3 ball.
Are playing the 7?
No,
Oh.
I definitely playing. I would be
Oh,
definitely playing
definitely
the 3
3.
ball.
Okay, okay.
But I mean, in terms that she could play the 3 ball and hold the cue to play the 7 in the side, or she
Mhm.
could play the 3 and try to use the cue at this point to push the 8 out from there.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. I don't quite like. I didn't like quite like that idea because I think that if she pushed the 8, it could go into the 12. Right. I understand the the thing of it, but then you still have to think: are you going into the 12? Would you still get the 7 into the side? You know. So I would prefer the hit onto the band rail, come back out for the 7, and then try to position the
try to figure out the 8.
no. Try to position. She still had space behind the 8. It would be a tight positioning, but I've seen her position balls pretty close and precise. You know. And sometimes when you're aiming for a certain level or standard, you have to tell yourself like, okay, I have to try to go after these, these type of position. You know.
So Farkason missed a sitter there actually, bringing KPR back to the table. KPR will obviously, I don't want to say obviously, but more than likely she will try to cut this 3 ball straight across the rail into the
Bottom right corner.
bottom right corner.
That is good speed, I believe. No,
This is where the problem arises. She doesn't leave her shot. She doesn't leave herself here with a shot for the 7.
Yeah.
So she'd probably have to go
And jump.
She's going to pull out that jump
Short
cue,
stick.
She is
So-
pulling out that jump cue.
Get ready to see some flight from KPR. She's gonna jump over this this cluster of 15 and 11 and 8. Try to probably jump to pot
thing
the
is-
7
the thing
into the
is,
side pocket,
After
right
she
side
realized
pocket.
that she left herself difficult. She
There was
didn't
no
look-
there was no
There
hesitation.
was no hesitation.
Yeah.
She didn't look flustered.
Confidence,
She knew
yeah.
exactly what she had to do.
Yeah.
Go pull out that jump cue and play a jump shot.
And now she's using the dart stroke instead of a normal stroke to jump. Wow.
Oh my word.
Wow. Unfortunately,
Don't
she
put it
didn't
up
get
yet.
the
Don't put it
position.
up yet.
I don't know. I think she might not try at that one. She
So
didn't recognize
No,
that.
she didn't recognize that the cue
She didn't
ball rolled
recognize.
behind
But she probably would not go after that one in terms of jumping that because it's a little close,
the.
right?
Yeah, but the 7 ball jump shot itself.
That was awesome.
Marvelous. It was a very
Awesome.
good shot.
This one is a little funny for the.
Looks like she's trying 2
she might
rails
actually
with the cue.
pop if she did
No.
get it.
All right, so she gives up ball
Yeah.
in hand here, and that will bring Carrie-Anne Farkason to the table. I don't know if you realize, but Carrie-Anne Farkason, that 9 ball was there from the beginning.
Yeah,
of
from the
game,
start.
and she did not move it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's very strategic.
Yeah, it gives her the opportunity that now
Yeah.
in the end game
Yeah.
that she doesn't have to bother positioning for it.
for that
Yeah.
ball.
Yeah. But one thing that she has in terms of pressure though is that the 8 ball is in the corner pocket, right? It's not top right corner. Here she has 10. I would possibly go after 10 rather than take the 9.
Yeah, because there's no telling what the cue ball will do here after making contact with the net.
And here we had a stroke that wasn't controlled.
Yeah, no.
If she
10 ball
did,
indeed would have
yeah.
been the shot there.
Lack of control there, I think, was the issue. She should have gone after the 10 rather
Yeah, yeah.
than play that 9.
And she had the
And
perfect angle for the 10.
yeah,
Had the perfect angle
yeah.
for the 10.
And just stand across probably to the pocket, just above the pocket of the 9. And then it didn't make a difference. The 9 was inside the pocket. It wouldn't make a difference. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't a good shot. I really need to stop cursing these players.
Yeah.
'Cause I mentioned the 9 ball just now being in the center pocket from the beginning of the game,
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh,
she goes for the 9 ball.
the 9 ball, and there's
then,
what happens.
that's
Yeah,
what
I mean,
happened.
the commentator's curse is one that you can never get away from. I mean, you, each time you watch a game, it doesn't make a difference what sport we are talking about. You always see that when the commentator says, "Hey, this is such a great job from XYZ," and then
Look,
yeah, basketball, football,
you know
whatever.
that you know that sound effect that Mario Brothers makes when you lose a life.
What is that? Oh yeah, that one. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. Ba-dum, ba-da-dum, da-dum. Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. Yeah. So now we have Andy or Colin McCarty back onto the table, getting ready to wrap those balls and have Carrie Ann, I believe, Carrie Ann Robinson, yeah, KPR coming on now. Paul Robinson to break these balls. We should have Fittage coming back up to you right now, I'm guessing, before she breaks. Yes, and
Yeah, like clockwork.
there we have Carrie Ann ready to break.
We've been complimenting everybody here over the last 2 days, but we really got to say a big thank you to the technical team here.
Yeah, for sure.
They've been doing an awesome job with the streaming, the footage, the audio.
Yep.
And they really have their stuff together. I want to compliment them. Good work, guys.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
Right, so this brings Carrie Ann Farquharson back to the table, and she decides to choose.
I think that miss might be something that she regrets.
Yeah, if
In that the table, how the table was, well, the 14 did
Mhm.
come and land into unfavorable position,
Mhm.
but just now that table was good for a run, right? She could have probably run the whole table
Yeah.
with how the balls were set.
But one of the things
Though
I
the
keep-
13 is a little
one
funny.
of the things I keep noticing though is body language.
Mhm.
And if you look at how she sauntered away from the table just now,
Mm.
you know that her mind isn't fully there.
Right there, okay.
And the thing is, if you're sitting down waiting for your shot,
Mhm.
right, you should always show that you're ready to get up and to play at any point in time.
Mhm.
Even sometimes, like when I'm waiting for a shot, sometimes I don't get one. But
Mhm.
even when I'm waiting for a shot, I always hold my cue stick in my hand
Mhm.
because it shows
Prepared.
that I'm
Prepared.
ready to get
Mhm,
up to
for
go.
sure.
But I mean, she sat down, she rested her cue stick once. I
Mhm.
mean, I look at things like that as signs.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
She's not
Yeah, for
there
sure.
mentally.
For sure. Everyone has different ways of handling their pressure, but that one that you said is a definite sign that you could say like, hey, this person doesn't seem like if they might be ready.
Yeah.
She might still be dwelling on that on the foul up from the 9
Mhm.
when she scratched on the 8,
But
where the 8 where she
Right.
fouled on the 8
by resting the stick once, she's removing herself mentally
from the game. Yeah, I agree. You have to be a little careful on this shot. You have to be a little careful on that shot.
Yeah.
I
I'm looking. I'm
I
actually
actually think
looking.
that looks close.
I
that
don't
looks
wanna,
pretty
I
close
don't wanna
just
call it
now.
from here. I don't want to call it.
I,
from
I, I was I was saying that seemed to be a definitely a funny little shot, but
But you know what?
the referees probably didn't see it like how we saw it, I guess.
Yeah. But he's closer to the table than we are.
Yes.
All right. So we're gonna watch her body language here. Well, I'm gonna watch her body language here. She walks over. She takes a seat, and she holds her stick. All right. I think she's Okay, so I was about to say she seems to be putting herself back into that frame of mind,
Hmm.
and then no sooner than I said that, she rests
She rests the stick now.
down.
Oh, we have to wait and see how she is on the table as well. So as you could see, KPR has a very good strategic way of addressing the game, right? She understands. Okay, let me get rid of that trouble ball,
Yeah.
my 14.
Yep.
I possibly may not. No, that might have been a good. Nah, that's a good idea.
You
know,
need to
I was saying if to draw or roll forward
Mhm.
for the draw back for the 13 or roll forward for the
Mhm.
12. But yes, this is the better set because the 5 is there, and it could prove troublesome. Eventually, would she roll past now the 5, or would she stand in and try to? I think rolling past would be better. This is my thing about rolling past the speed.
Yeah.
Then you have
And
to when you hit the ball softer, in terms of having that conviction and confidence. Yeah.
Yeah. When you hit the ball slower, you give that ball more time to deviate
Yeah.
from the path you have set for it. In
Yeah.
other words. Okay, so Farquharson to the table. She plays that ball into the center pocket. She goes for the 2 ball in the corner, and she misses that, which brings KPR back to the table. And KPR could play some top here and try to put this 13 into the bottom corner. If she plays it soft enough, it could bring her cue ball over to the side rail where she can play the 9 in the opposite side pocket and set her up. Okay, she did something totally different.
Ooh, I think that's a mishit.
I do think so as well.
I think being far away from the ball, she probably was not ready. Timing was a little off, and she got a very much a mishit.
Talking about timing though, how do you find that these players have been managing the 30-second
The 30-second clock.
shot clock?
I actually had some person tell me that they believe that is a little quick and a little too short. From international standard, I would say this. I think that it's something that could be relooked, looked over, because usually the time for 8 ball is much longer, or let's say just longer than that for 9.
For 9 ball,
right? At high international standards, 30 seconds is probably like the lowest. Very, very good. Very good. But 30 seconds is pretty short. Right? So seeing that this is at, let's say this is an amateur level, right? I would say that they should have been given 40 seconds.
40 seconds?
Yes, I believe so. And I think it's something that we could think about for the next year, right? Or for any next tournament coming up.
You're in the capacity that you could help help influence that in the coming year.
Yeah, I would. I would definitely have. I would definitely play some impact in terms of how that. Sorry, that should be one of the talking points we have when we go back. Into the
walk away
meeting
from this
room.
tournament this year.
Into the meeting room.
Okay, very nice shot.
At the same time, I would say though that when you have that 30-second shot clock and you get used to it, when you go back under those conditions and you have a longer time, I mean, it's like nothing,
Yeah.
It feels like nothing.
Because if you're already used to the 30
exactly.
seconds, even though you have 40 seconds to use, more than likely you still will play within the 30 seconds.
Yeah, those extra 10 seconds feel like
forever.
ages. So Ferguson trying to get back up table. I think that seems a little bit too hard.
Honestly, I think honestly that there was no real plan there.
I wouldn't say so. And I don't think she would like this. She has put KPR in a very prized position to just score the Score the
The
13 in
13.
the top left corner, and then the
Hold for
8.
the 8.
Yeah.
8.
Well,
Indeed,
I
up
wanna
to-
well, not whole, but
oh, roll,
roll. Yeah,
roll into position.
yeah,
For the
roll
8.
into position easily for the 8 into the um top right corner. I don't think she will want this straight though. It seems right. She will give a little angle, and then allow it to go off in a tangent just across to the left. And she certainly knows that. Yes,
Nice shot.
right.
Nice
That will work. And now she just has the 8 over into the other pocket. The 3 should stop the cue ball, and we should have a game here. Ooh.
All right. So, opportunity knocks again.
Yeah, man.
Carrie Ann Farquharson back to the table.
She's in very good position now to
Yeah.
get to
she
take
is.
this one. And if she has a little angle on the 1, if she just but this her stroke is kind of exciting if you if I use a other word. But she's still rolled in position there. So just calls for just potting this ball. Nothing else. Nothing else. And I'm sure that KPR would be disappointed with allowing
Yeah.
Carrie Ann, well, the other Carrie Ann, Farquharson to get this opportunity. Yeah, she. So now we're leveled at 1-1, 1-all across the board, and we could see that as much as KPR did, sorry, Farquharson came back to the to her seat.
Mhm.
We'll see if Steve's analysis of her mental state is the same. Does she have the stick in her?
Yeah, she
Well,
does.
we could see that the stick is still in her hand. We'll watch this this mental awareness
we'll see now.
eventually
We'll see.
over time. Yeah.
You know why that is? Because she's in a
What?
place of confidence now.
Mm.
That win actually brought her back over to feeling confident. So
Mhm.
you know what? The body language changed. She's holding
Yeah.
her stick in her hand. She's ready to approach the table.
Hmm. I would say if I was commenting on that game though, I would say that they carry on. Sorry, KPR, two carry ons, KPR and Farquharson. Farquharson just won, but KPR had that in her grasp.
Yeah.
Really had in her grasp.
She had
and-
everything. She had the world just now.
Yeah, and
Yeah. So it
sadly,
just, it just
she
shows that, it just
she
shows
let
that
it
one
go.
little mistake could
Yeah, could
make the
easily
difference between walking away with a championship
or not, pretty much. Yeah,
or being a runner-up.
very much so, very much so. I'm amazed
But
that
she's quite capable though of,
climbing back up.
Climbing back up.
From what we were seeing from her performance, no, I still expect her to probably climb up this mountain for sure.
This is not the same mountain that Shane was talking about yesterday, is it?
No, could it be? I have to know. I am not sure what even the name of the mountain is.
I think we can go private message Shane to find
To
out.
ask what that mountain is for sure.
So Carrie Ann Farquharson breaks.
Ferguson has a powerful break, and the table looks pretty decent. 9 ball probably
A
is
ball dropped
trouble
on the
ball
break,
for.
apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's coming back to the table.
Okay. I'll play high balls here, I guess.
I think the 13 ball is missing. I think the 13 ball dropped on the break.
So now we have 10 probably into the side. And just play. This is a lot of exciting position, so we have to wait and see. Some of the position choices seem a little I would say unconventional, but in any case, In any case, you could be shocked to see some of the shots that come up when people play exotic
Yeah,
positions.
I'm
Right?
not too sure though if she left herself
No,
with
she doesn't
anything
have.
here
No, she
to
doesn't
speak
have
of.
anything here. Could she see the 9? I
Enough to
guess she,
touch it, yeah, but
which is still good enough. That's a good shot.
and that
That is
worked
a
out
very
quite
good
well.
shot.
That worked out quite well
Very good
because
shot.
it basically turned itself into a safety.
Yeah, yeah. Well, to be honest, I kind of feel that she was determined there. You saw that the stroke was much more controlled. It wasn't like the other strokes you see that she was a lot more excited to get back.
Mm.
You know, um, as much as I said that was amazing from Gary
Yeah,
Han.
because
Very amazing.
a side pocket
Very
from
amazing.
any angle is a difficult
Yeah,
shot.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
But even losing that game just now, you can still see the focus and the determination on KPR's face. The
Yeah,
deep
for sure.
concentration is still there.
One thing that I recognize about Carrie Ann that is, I guess, unique to her is every time you recognize that she aims very low on the cue,
Mhm.
right? Even though that she does not play, she might not, play
low. She does
right?
aim low.
Yeah, she does aim
And
low.
that's a strategy that, well, I won't say a strategy. That's a technique that
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of the international.
Some of the pros do.
yeah,
Not
a lot
few,
of,
not a
of
lot.
pros
I
use.
would say few, but there are some that do have that same strategy. We have some players that do use that strategy.
here as well in Barbados.
Cripple Beer is one for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
I-
Kyle
I-
Goddard, I think, has a very interesting
Yeah.
way of. He might not cue bottom, but he would cue to a different side of the ball and hit the other side of the ball. Is
I
very
see Kyle,
amazing.
I see Kyle cueing English.
Yeah.
Play the ball center. I don't
Yeah,
know how he
you,
gets it
yeah,
there.
it's, but everybody has their own style, right?
Yeah.
Everybody.
So KPR here in deep concentration.
Probably hit 2 rails here. Cut the ball, cut the 7 into the bottom left corner, hit 2 rails and come back for the 5. Yeah, 2 rails. That was the idea.
That was
2
the
rails.
idea.
Hit the 5 into the
It was
bottom
a,
right
it was
corner.
A slight overcut though on
Yeah.
the 7 ball.
And seeing that this table is just recovered, I think that sometimes
Was it ill?
uh
Was it ill?
it seemed to it had to go into rehabilitation. I believe Ornan Singh, the person who has been our technical person,
I was like, oh, it was sick. I didn't know
our
it was sick.
technician, our pool technician in terms of getting the tables recovered. Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
did-
he has
did a
put
marvelous
all
job.
these tables in rehabilitation,
Yeah,
and not
yeah.
only him but also Sion Arthur.
Yeah.
They have been doing a good job. Junior Taylor
Junior
as well.
Taylor, Percy,
We
yeah.
have Justin Davis, who is Davies' brother. He
Yeah.
was also there. Benjamin, Winston Benjamin.
Winston Benjamin.
We call him Benji.
Benji,
Yes,
yeah.
Benji, providing trucking services in terms of taking the tables anywhere that we want to
Mhm.
take them. I mean, I could call a whole Rouse. He's been pivotal to in lending the tables. You know, for us to have tables to use, right?
To even
And-
host this tournament. Yeah, it's true.
And I feel that in due time we might have opportunities come up where we have donors probably providing tables, right? But tables that I'm talking about world class tables. This is the vision, you know, where you have world class tables. But we are grateful, though.
Well, as president of Q Sports Barbados, Daniel.
Yes, please.
You need to speak these things into fruition.
Into being. Did she
Oh,
put that?
nah, of course. She
Oh
did.
wow, that's amazing.
That's a very,
Very
shot.
good shot. Very
The
good
speed,
shot.
the speed on that was,
Yeah.
I would say, perfect.
Immaculate. Yeah, for sure.
Perfect speed on that.
Yeah. These girls have good timing too, in terms of, you know, they not. I don't think she'll be bothered about the clock at all, right?
Look at that.
Very good cut
Sorry,
shot
you can
into the
actually
top
see
left
the
corner.
shot, the ball rolling into the pocket.
Yeah. And this is the thing that I had that I thought about when people ask, is it that the time is too short? I would say everybody has to play under the same conditions, right? So you might say, hey, yeah, it seems only 30 seconds and people rushing the shot, but if it is that another player could dominate with the 30 seconds, then you have to ask yourself,
Why can't I?
exactly, why can't I?
Why can't I?
So I still think though that there's room to look over, increasing that time from 30 seconds to 40 seconds. 8 ball is one of these grueling
Yeah.
yeah, when you talk about time and thinking about what you're going to do to plan out a game, 30 seconds really for me it isn't sufficient.
I don't know if you share my opinion, but I
Mhm.
find that when, especially here, a lot of the domestic pool, the tournaments and stuff, I find that so many of them now have gone towards like the 9 ball and
Mhm.
the 10 ball,
Mhm.
and not really so much the eight
Focus.
ball because 8 ball does take long. It
Yeah, for sure.
8 ball does
Well,
take long.
well, I would say from a planning and being on a strategic level, I would say that 8 ball in the whole, if you look globally, it isn't that is dying away, but there's something about 9 ball. Number one is the difficulty of 9 ball. Every person would tell you 9 ball there is a difficulty component in terms of having to position for that one ball, right? As opposed with 8 ball where you get to position for more than one. I wouldn't say that one is really more difficult than the other, but to really dominate in 9 ball, it calls for a lot because you could be a very good player, you pot straight down to the 8 or 7, you miss the 8 or 9, you give a player who is not as good as
Good
you
as you.
an opportunity to play. It means that you are not good at 9 ball.
Hmm.
To be good at 9 ball, you have to dominate. You have to dominate. You have to pot that 9, right? And I think this is why 9 ball is such a gruesome game,
And just for clarity,
or rotation game.
just for
Sorry.
clarity, when you
Mhm.
say dominate, and dominate doesn't necessarily mean potting everything.
Yeah, for sure.
Dominate means showing that you are in charge when you're at the table, and
Mhm.
sometimes being in charge at the table would cause, because there's the three foul, the three foul
Rule,
rule as
rule,
well,
rule.
right? So things like these would come into play.
You see her queuing low
Queuing
at the
low,
ball.
queuing
Mhm.
low, but she's
But
actually
you see,
staying low there.
yeah. But even though she played low, she played just a little above, it seems.
Yeah, but what I was saying,
Go
like
ahead.
dominating
Sorry.
at the table doesn't always necessarily mean that you have to score everything.
Mhm.
Dominating at the table means that you're showing that you are in charge and you are thinking the game out and you are putting yourself in a position, or you're setting up yourself in a position to win,
Mhm.
which would sometimes mean you would have to play safety. But playing safety is very strategic as well, and it does call for quite a bit of a concentration
For sure.
and foresight.
Yeah, I'll agree. I'll agree. We have Ferguson now back at the table. She's playing that 7 into the side pocket, but I'm not quite catching the positional element there. I think that Ferguson might need to improve on her position. Um, and KPR is back onto the table, and she will probably play these 11 into the corner pocket. This is pretty decent for her, except the 9 ball, I guess.
I
Could
played
become a
11 into
challenge.
the corner pocket, and she rolls in between the 1 and the 5.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wasn't looking for that, but she
Yeah.
does leave herself here with quite a number of shots.
Mhm.
12 in the corner, and she could either play the 14 after that, or after playing the 12, she can run the cue ball forward a bit and play the 13.
I think she'll take the 14, I guess. Oh, she goes for that. And you see that pinpoint positioning,
Yeah.
right? That's what I was talking about. Instead of her leave that 9 in a position that, she wonders what happens to it,
Next.
she
Yeah.
goes after. And there's
Yep.
a strategy of 8 ball that you have to do. When you have a problem ball, your focus for the whole game is to go after problem ball. Each shot, each shot. It seems like an overcut there.
Yeah, but even
But in
though
any
even though
case,
it did not score, she
left herself in a good
in a
position.
good position.
Yeah.
And the thing is, just know, the 9 ball wasn't even on my radar.
Yeah.
I knew it was a problem
Me-
ball,
me
but I
neither.
was not
Yeah.
expecting her to play it just yet.
Yeah, for
It was
sure.
on my radar.
For
But
sure. I think that having an overhead. If you get overhead cameras,
Mm-hmm.
let's say 2 years from now,
Mm-hmm.
which I think would be a goal of ours to have overhead cameras, then we will get a better look at the table,
Yeah.
from that
Yeah.
respect, right? But even though I was not expecting that positional shot, that was a brilliant positional shot. Now
Um,
we have Carrie Ann Ferguson back at it.
I don't know if you're seeing this, Daniel, but over at table number 3,
Mm-hmm.
we have another big matchup about to take place over there. We have the reigning queen,
Yeah,
Lauren Dash, going up against
Reseda
Reseda
Clark.
Clark from
Yeah.
Barbados at table number 3. That will also be a game to watch.
That'll be a good game. I know that Reseda had a lot of potential um, from her first time that she's probably held a queue. Definitely had that potential. However, she had taken just a slight hiatus from pool, and right now, she's trying to find back herself. So we'll see if she could bring back that form that she would known to have before. Let's see, Carrie, no. For that shot, you see, any hangers are shots that you really have to work on. People don't work on hangers enough.
This 14 ball.
This is okay.
This 14 ball, either with natural or some right side English.
Yeah, anything.
Give her exactly what she wants.
I would go
Pretty simple.
natural. Yeah, I would go
Pretty simple,
natural.
Pretty simple.
The reason to go natural is because then you get the angle to get back up to the 8. But if you had played the right side English, you could overwork the cue and find yourself in a position where it might either scratch or you get 2 straight on the 13.
That's why I have you here sitting with me, because you're so much better at this than I am.
I hear you. Okay, so she has overrolled,
It's not
but
bad. It's
but
not terrible.
but we did see her go into those side pockets
Yeah,
very well,
yeah,
right?
It's not terrible. She's been here before.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh, that's interesting.
Going in this.
She's doing the cut down to the corner pocket, bottom right corner. From how she has been playing those
Side
pockets,
Yeah. I'm quite surprised that she's going for anything else.
but we would see how it works out here, how it pans out for her. And she's about to stroke that ball, and that looks
My
brilliant.
word. Brilliant shot by KPR.
Brilliant. It almost seems like if she can miss nothing. Nothing.
Not even the bus.
Yeah. Not even the bus. Certainly not a plane, because she's here in Barbados with us.
Sure.
And yes, KPR is doing a brilliant, amazing job. And my thing when I say to about amazing job is when you look at the how players play the end game and how they finish a wonderful shot into that bottom right corner, but how they finish up, the game is one of the things that we really have to commend them on, because that's when the pressure really is piled on.
You know that.
When you get to that money ball, you could put all the other balls nice and sweet, but when you get to that money ball, yeah, it's a different story. Things become a little bit more challenging for
So
sure.
here we go. I'm watching Carrie Ann Farquharson again, and I think that
Oh, she has the stick in hand.
but she has to
But
break.
because she had a break. Okay. Well, we'll keep on watching again, because we will just have view of her, and we'll see if Steve's analysis of her mental.
My mother would tell you I was not one who was very good at reading books,
Mhm.
but I was always very good at
reading
body
people.
language.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll see if Doctor Garns, if his analysis is spot on or not. I'm not saying that I'm not in agreement, but I would have made those bold statements because I'm not sure about what her usual state is. But we'll see as she gets ready to make that break, and you can see that exaggerated back swing, right? Mind you, a swing like that is something that you might even see from my Ferrez, man. Well, not that much, but
Is it just me,
what's that?
or did she make the 13 ball
Yeah, she
again
made.
on her break? But you remember she
Oh, the
made
same
the
13.
13
Okay.
ball on the previous break.
Yeah, I don't know if you're trying to bring some superstition into this, but in any
No,
case,
it's just for a
mhm,
minute there, it seemed
you was wondering
like
the
I
13 again,
no
seeing double.
for a minute there, I found myself in a state of deja vu.
Oh,
I was
okay,
like, did I
okay,
see this before? And
yeah.
she broke and she popped the 13 ball. Oh man.
And here you,
Okay, so she chose the low balls.
she'll probably play six. I am guessing into the bottom left corner and just dry out off of the rail. Play four in the same corner. Well, as I say, I call it exotic positions.
Hmm.
With exotic positioning, you can never be sure what the the player might go after.
Hmm.
But
Or what they will do with the cue ball.
yes, and sometimes people would find ways to criticize that, but I think it's always amazing to see some of the things, some of the exciting gameplay that you could see come up from it. You know.
Okay, okay.
So now KPR is approaching the table again. She takes her chalk. Uh, One thing that some people have issues with is people leaving chalk on the
On the
table,
table.
and I think that you should take your chalk off at the table. Um, I might be one of those people who might leave my chalk on the table. If I'm told though, I do remember and I don't do it again. But
Mhm.
um,
But there was something developed a long time ago to
mm,
prevent you from leaving your chalk on the table.
what's
It's
that?
called a magnetic chalk.
I never liked
Clip it
them.
onto your pants.
Never
your
liked
belt.
them. Never liked them. Never liked them. I would just put it in my pocket. I'll just put it in my
You obviously
pocket.
don't do your own laundry.
Uh, I do my own laundry. Everybody, don't don't mind this guy. Well, it depends. I fold my laundry. I have no problem doing laundry, to be honest. There are other things in terms of domestication that I might say I shy away from, but that is not one of them.
Oh.
And that was interesting play. Let's see if
Okay,
she
she still
has
has
the
enough to get the
nine.
9 in the side.
Oh, she says nine ball quickly, so
Yeah.
that means yes.
Yeah.
She is. That is fortunate. That is definitely fortunate, and she would be very grateful for having.
For how that turned
yeah.
out. Yeah, that's true.
It's not necessarily ideal of what she wanted, but she got a.
This doesn't have.
So what you're gonna see here now is that prowess, that position prowess that she's trying to exhibit, but
It didn't work
it
out.
didn't work out
It
in her
didn't
favor.
work out because she really wanted to get back behind for the 11.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't have gone about it like that.
The
either.
reason why she did this is because if she had played the nine and tried to position for, I guess that's a 15 ball
Mhm,
there,
mhm.
then it would have given her a good opportunity to get on that 11. So she decided, as I said, she's using the strategy of getting for her problem ball
Problem ball.
each time. But not being, au fait with the table speed, I think too, that is one of the things that is catching her here. Over time, as she acclimatizes herself with the table, we might see, better positioning, or more pinpoint positioning from her, like how we saw with the nine ball, where she draw
Correct.
back to the nine ball.
All right, so she doesn't have to
And
put in much work for it. No.
this is
Parkinson does
dangerous.
it for her.
Yeah, this is dangerous. As now KPR is given a nice opportunity to just play that 11, the 11 that she was seeking from before, straight at table to the bottom left corner, and just I would hope she's not
A
drawing.
slight stun.
I
Though.
would
A slight
stand
stun
out just
would
to
put her
play the
where she needs to be for the 15.
okay,
in the
yes,
side.
side pocket, right. I was saying because I was saying, oh shoot, it seemed like she played it a little into too much into the long,
Too
long
much
band.
into the band.
Yeah, and probably might have had a foul up there, but she didn't. It did drop, and this is just a stop shot, and 8 ball should be traveling into that corner pocket. She probably rolled it up to get ideally perfect position on the 8.
Mhm.
I'm guessing. Um, to be dead straight in on the 8 now.
17 seconds left on the shot clock. Has lots of time.
Now,
Oh.
I'll tell you what I feel happened there. That pause on the back swing. She has a pause on her back swing, but I pause on my back swing too. So I will
know.
tell you, right? So I will tell you what could be the difficulties. When you pause a little too long on the back swing, sometimes you tend not to be as ready, confident going
as ready
through.
to follow
Ready,
through
yes,
with your
ready for the
shot.
follow
Yeah,
through,
yeah.
right? So then you go off, you go a little bit off center of the of your stroke, right? And unfortunately, she missed that one. We'll see if Farquharson
Can
could
wrap this one up.
wrap it up. As we see the same exotic positioning
Yeah, that's not
from before.
It's not a bad position at all.
I would say it's okay because it's in the middle of the table,
Yeah.
and we recognize that you have pockets from right across that line that she
No.
could go in.
No, whatever she does here will either.
Ooh, that is a marvelous shot.
Masterful shot.
If she just keeps her cool now and stroke through the ball,
So if she's
This should be.
if she's able to wrap up this game, I want you to watch her.
watch her
go back to
out.
the seat.
We will
back
see
to
if
the
Doctor
seat and
we'll
see
see if
what
Dr.
happens.
Garns was right in his analysis of her mental state. We'll see. That shouldn't scratch. I don't think so. I don't think that would drop. So no foul, and Ferguson is up 2, isn't it? Is it 2-1? No, I believe. It seems like 2-1.
I would have to check the app. We're not getting the scores here. but,
Yeah, we're not getting scores on the screen,
I'll
but
check the app.
I believe it's 2-1. That was a good finish up from Farquharson. I saw more control, in terms of position and play, and that is something to be
It's 3-2.
admired. She still has her stick away. What would we say that is? Just waiting, or would we wait to see how she?
She's cleaning her glasses, Daniel.
Oh,
You
okay.
can't- She needs both hands to do that, right?
I just try to be sure. I'm not saying though that the analysis is not one that we usually see be reproduced, right? And if you want to see scores, you could always there's the digital app. We'll try to get that. We'll try to get that link onto the streaming onto the YouTube's streaming description, where you could click on, and we'll try to share it around WhatsApp groups. Now Mr. McCarthy is cleaning the ball. He's finished. He's finished racking, and KPR comes to the table. Remember, it's a race to 4. I believe the score now is 2-1, 2 to Farquharson and 1 to
KPR.
KPR. It also seems we have some little difficulties updating the score on digital pool. We'll have to get that rectified.
It should be immediate, though. Anyway, KPR at the table. She goes down on her shot.
You can see how straight. You see how straight that stroke.
Yeah,
Beautiful. It's so beautiful to get the opportunity to see right behind the player. Right?
Yeah.
Because you could see that stroke was pretty much perpendicular to the actual screen itself. Right? It shows how straight that stroke would be in terms of execution and delivery. So this one,
Okay.
oh,
nice
she
shot,
has a nice
shot.
break there. Nice break. Extremely nice break there. Here, I wonder if she would go for one on the side.
I think that the one would be the better
Mm.
option here.
One inside and then four in the side as well. In the opposite
Depends on what
side.
she does with the cue ball.
Not sure how the cue. Probably the ninth. Yeah, the six.
Alright, so
Sorry, the
six-
six straight down. Right.
Six
It
in
was.
the corner.
Yeah, it was. It was looking at it again. Yeah, the six straight down. Um, the four could play in either corner pocket too. You know.
Yeah.
So
But what
I think she's looking at the seven. If
what
the
I
seven
think she
could,
will do
could
here,
score.
though, is play the six and give herself an angle for the four in the side.
seven, probably seven. Yeah, probably seven. Hit into the 14 and then get the three into the corner, same corner pocket.
Well, going for the seven wouldn't be a surprise here for me
Mhm.
because we have noticed that when she gets down to like three balls or so, she
Mhm.
goes for that problem ball.
Yeah, for sure. Yes, that's beautiful.
Brilliant shot.
And as I said, the four could pot in either corner pocket. Also, it could pot in the corner,
side.
in the
In
side,
the side.
right? So you have three options, and I think that's why she left that
But with
for
those
for
three
last.
options, she has to leave her cue ball to see the four ball.
Yeah. I am dumbfounded. I really didn't get that shot. I don't think that she really saw what we saw in terms of the fact it could go in both.
Like I said,
Oh, yeah.
even though the four ball could go in either corner pocket or the
Mhm.
center pocket, she didn't leave herself with enough to.
Can it score though? It seems that if it might be. Yeah, it could score. Wow. It is funny how you can't see these things. How we can't see these things as that well
But
here.
what I can
from
see,
the monitor,
what I can
right.
see is that the cue ball rolled almost behind the eight ball,
Mhm.
with a slight cut for the corner pocket.
Oh.
So she ended up with a relatively good position here for the eight ball.
Yeah, you mean to pot the eight
to
over
pot
on
the
the
eight.
other side. Yeah, for sure. This will be a good run. Very good.
Very good shot.
Very good from KPR. Wow. Isn't this Oh, I believe that was losers wrong. I believe that was losers wrong.
Yeah, because they're still playing.
Yeah,
three
that was a
best of five.
3. All right, that was 3. Race to 3.
So I'm looking here and I am seeing that we are supposed to have it looks like
It would be good if you could shift over to the table
with
table 3 and get a view of that. And get a view of that game with Lauren Dash and
Reseda Clark.
Reseda Clark. We just had it up on screen.
So
It
we
would
have-
be good to see at least the
we
ending
have-
of that
we
game.
have USA coming up against, it looks like St. Croix over at the feature table now. That would
And
be
here we have Lauren Dash, our reigning champion,
Lenore
against
Donovan Chen. Also, we did switch over to the
to the other table.
Dash versus Clark. But just updating the public and the viewers. The former feature table, we now have USA being represented by Lenore Donovan Chen. And she's coming up against Donna Proc from St. Croix.
Yeah. And from what I recognize, Donna Prot was Proctin or Pocketin. Yeah, she really played pretty decent yesterday, and I'm very excited to see how she would do in
against,
performing this
Lenore
game.
Donovan
Yeah.
Chen. Because even watching Lenore Donovan Chen yesterday,
Yeah.
we did realize that she as well.
She seemed to be toying with her food yesterday.
a little
though.
bit. A little
Yeah,
bit.
I think I gathered that. I had a conversation with her too, and she she told me she was getting like a feel for the table, but I think that she knows where she's at, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Some history that I found out, there's a Jamaican player, Reese Chen, right? And she seems to be his wife. So and he's as I say, he's a Jamaican Chinese.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and they both, I guess, migrated to the USA. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm right in speaking to say that she is Jamaican as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure about that, but I know that they have migrated to the USA,
Okay.
and she has definitely a wealth of playing experience in the USA, in the Uncle Sam,
Yeah, yeah.
up in Uncle Sam. So
Even that warm up shot from Donna Prot. Look at that.
and she has a interesting stance.
Yeah, yeah. She. I find she doesn't get.
It's pretty high up. Yeah.
We were talking about this yesterday as well.
Mhm.
You and I. Like she doesn't get all the way down.
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
cue.
yeah, yeah.
But I mean, it's where you're comfortable.
Yeah,
You
it's
know, it's not text, but
yeah.
but
The
it's
reason
where
why
you're
you
comfortable.
get down though is so you remove that 3D element of seeing the balls on top, and you get a more 2D face. So you could only see the face and also the what you call the aiming point of
Mhm.
the ball, right? So the points that you need to actually hit in on.
Mm.
But for some persons, it doesn't affect them as much,
Yeah.
right? So, or sometimes too, it's just what they learnt from the start. They never had someone else to guide them and show them, hey, this is the way I should do this or whatever. Donna is just having the balls on the table and shooting some balls to.
I thought we were
See the
actually
flow.
shifting over to table number 3.
I'll ask our production team if we can shift over to table number 3 until 2 is ready. So here now we have Laura, sorry, Lauren, Lauren Dash, or reigning champion, Lars, and she just tried to make a kick at the, I would believe that's the
8 ball.
8 ball, I guess. Reseda probably played
A safety.
a safety and gave herself an
We're
opportunity.
assuming her
This is all assumption,
weren't
all
able
pure
to see,
assumption.
but we're
So
still
she'll
based
probably
on-
roll into position here for the 4 straight up. She might need to be. That's beautiful.
That's a beautiful shot.
That's beautiful. I was saying that she needed to be watch her speed.
Mhm.
Now coming back into pool, you might need to watch your speed a little bit, but that speed looked pretty good, pretty decent. Okay,
She played that like she never left.
yeah. I don't think I saw the same thing, but
You're
she
talking-
did
you're
in the
talking-
middle of the pocket.
Talking about her backhand.
No.
Okay.
I know that to be her style
Mhm.
of aiming at least. I talking about the English that I saw on the cue ball after,
Uh-huh.
which means that I don't think that she played it with a definite
I'm
solid
assuming-
stroke.
I'm assuming that she called an extension here.
Yeah, most definitely. I would believe so. Which is good strategy wise, Give yourself some time on that final shot.
Yeah.
You have an opportunity to go up.
If you use it early up, then you don't have it coming down to the end.
I would play the. I hope that she doesn't follow through on this too much and end up in that scratching that ball.
Fantastic
Well,
shot from
Good
Reseda.
shot. As I said, you saw how the cue ball went.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might have been better to play the center ball and just stun it in so you could come square onto the other long band. But in any case,
Just to,
it
let's just
was
get that win in. Just get the win in.
yeah, it was good from Reseda Clark. Um, Now we have official. This official we call him Red Hot, and he's one of our stalwarts. Ryan
Stephen Barrow.
Stephen Barrow.
Stephen
How
Barrow.
could I? How could I slip up on that name with Steve next to my
Stephen Barrow.
yeah. So Stephen Barrow. It's definitely not the right. Not the same spelling in any case. Not the same name, but close.
Definitely
Close
not the-
enough.
definitely not the
Close
same
enough.
name.
Close enough. But that's what you call the step hen.
Yeah,
Stephen.
Stephen and
Yeah.
Steve.
Yeah. But Stephen Barrow, he's very. He's one of our good players for sure. He's always been around on one of the top teams called Eastern, and we thank him for his tireless efforts of always helping out. If one person is always helping out with pool, right, is definitely Stephen Barrow, and
Very
we
quiet
appreciate
guy,
him.
Very quiet guy as well.
Yeah. Unless he's unless you probably attack him in the wrong way. He could show you that he's not such a quiet guy. But respectable, I would say
Yeah.
yes, respectable.
Well,
yeah.
thankfully, I've never had to see that side of him.
Good.
I try to stay on the good side of
Good.
everybody.
I love it. Pool does sometimes get to be contentious, and
Yeah, but
no
the
matter what
fraternity in Barbados is way too small to have enemies at pool.
enemies,
You
yeah.
know, like, man, I better than him, he better than me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can always find somebody that you're better than, and you're going to always find someone who's better than you.
Mm-hmm.
But why make it an issue, you know? All you got to do is, if this particular player is better than you, then work hard just to be as good as them.
Mm-hmm. No, here, I guess he's going for 10 into the corner pocket. I don't know if I really like that.
Well,
Especially
well,
because she should have think about the 7.
well,
Because if you pot the 10 and then you block up your 9 with the 7 there, is the same thing I was saying before. When you play your combinations, you have to be thinking about all the balls.
yeah.
Is
not
just
just the ones you're playing.
yeah, you
You
can't.
said Laura's didn't like that, but Reseda does.
Yeah, I would
Reseda
guess she would.
certainly does like that.
I guess she would like that. Yeah. So Reseda approaches the table to take on these stripe balls. I think she kind of rushed that stroke a
herself
little bit.
Too much distance there.
Yeah.
She should have been closer to either the 10 or the 12.
Mhm.
She might be forced here now to play the ball that sits in the pocket. That's actually the 12 ball, sorry.
Very good. I like her direction.
But
The speed could work. She could work on the speed, but cue ball direction is
it's
looking
not an issue.
pretty decent.
Ideally,
right now.
though, that 12 ball should remain in the pocket, and the 2 balls down at
This one
end
I-
of the table.
I hope she could get into the short rail. Yes. I wasn't seeing that position there, but those 2 balls. I'm saying that if Lauren gets an opportunity after, could prove difficult for Reseda going forward. Rush-
That's
she's-
gonna scratch.
If I would say anything, I think she's rushing the stroke a little bit though. She rushed the stroke on the 13 to go through those 2 balls to get to between the 14 and 10, and then when she went on the 12 was pretty okay.
Right, Daniel, I will have to slide out from doing commentary.
It's
for a
okay.
couple-
I would take on the mantle.
for a couple minutes.
I'll take on the
I
mantle.
still have my other duty to perform
Yeah, for
as
sure.
MC, so I will be back. I'll be joining you back shortly. If I don't come back, then I'll see if I can get Davey to come.
I'll send a smoke signal. It's cool.
Brother, we're in Barbados.
Oh,
We don't need- you can send him a WhatsApp message.
Oh, that easy. Wait, did you sell our flow? Oh, there are our sponsors yet, but we'll be there soon enough.
You just gave them a free plug, so
It's
who knows?
true. It's
We'll
true.
be back with you shortly.
And here now we have Dash, and Dash is on to probably break out this 7. That was brilliant in terms of speed. I mean, I thought that she should probably give it a little bit more of a whack. I'm not sure she's following the ball here. I guess she's going for 7 after. And that is pretty decent because now she can go up table. I think she will play probably right side and play 2 reels. No, she isn't. I think this might hurt her. So what she should have done there probably is play probably left side, center left, and just try to stand out, play 2 reels, and come into the 6 onto the line. That would have given her the opportunity to be able to see that 6. Now she's going to play a kick. I think this might be a little too slow. Let's see the speed. Okay. And it seems like she hits a rail. So she doesn't give away ball in hand. But at that speed, though, she is given Reseda the opportunity to probably hide behind that, to hide behind that 11 ball. But now we're back on to. It seems like we're ready to start. This is a game between Donna Proct and Lenore Donovan Chen. And our official here is, he's one that is new to the pool community. That is Corey Aline. He is very helpful, always willing to help, give a helping hand, and we really appreciate how much he has been, how much he's been offering his support and help to the organization. And it's good to see these players grow, over time. So on the other table, it seems like if Reseda Clark would have played a decent shot there, and this would give her the opportunity probably to have a chance to go up on Lauren Dash, on the reigning champion. We have Lenora Donovan Chen about to break. And you have an open break now. Since Lenore would have dropped the ball, she's back at the table. However, her first shot might seem to be testing. On the other table, because we were following that match from before, but on the other table, Reseda Clark seemed to miss a shot, and Lauren has the opportunity now to play safe, it seems, on that 6. Now back to this table, we have Lenore about to go after this table. We have probably just the 1 ball into the top right corner pocket. Might be a ticklish one. Not quite sure as yet. She's a little quick on that stroke. But she does get the position that she wants on the 4. On the 4 ball into the. Is it the 4 or the 7? 4, right? I believe that she would have gone 4. And not quite sure she would roll in. She's a little quick on her stroke, it seems. As the time ticks down, 16, 15 seconds. Um, she's trying to devise what she should do. I was thinking that she could cut this into the bottom right corner. I'm not sure how much